Wow! I feel the goo. I know that I will now. I feel the goo. I knew that I would now. So much goo. So much goo. I got a you. Yo.
Yo, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got Hani Jawhari. First time solo YCS champion and second time invited on the GooCast.
You
How
Yeah.
do you
already know.
feel, my brother? How do you feel?
Feeling great. What can I say? Coming off a dub, you gotta feel good.
Oh
Welcome
God.
again to the GooCast. Another day, another banger. Let's begin.
Yeah, bro. So, bro, you already know I had to wear the poncho for celebrate your W. That shit was insane.
God,
Like,
yes.
so, bro, two-time champion, man. Bro, people have to start putting some respect on your name, bro.
God, yes. You already know.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
of many. Many to
So,
come.
I know, I know, like, Pasadena is finally over. Everyone wants to like talk about, like most requested question I got was like, how did you prepare leading up to YCS Pasadena? Because everyone's trying to figure that out because this was the first weekend the Ishizu cards were legal. So for many, this YCS was really really hard to prepare for. They had not much to go off of. So tell people how you prepared to come out on top.
Alright, so this was a little bit challenging for me because I went to 3 straight events in a row, different formats. I went to Ecuador, and that was right before DABL, right before the Bestial cards came out, and I had played Runic Sprite for that event, and I had to pretty much transition back to tier, which I was playing before I had played Runic Sprite. And once I came back, I started testing around with the Bestial cards because those were the cards that were being newly released. And I realized that the Bestial cards were really good. And High Spirits got a lot better with the new release of the
Cartesia.
new Ecclesia, and Cortesia was just crazy. Just being able to make Baron lines and stuff. So I started playing around with that version. And only a week later, of course, the Ishizu cards came out, and I had to make another transition. So I was able to play the YCS in Minneapolis with the Bestial cards, and I missed the mark then as well. I ended up losing on the last day to Walter, a very good player. He also made top cut of this event and YCS Mini. So shout outs to him. He played the same deck as me at Mini. He played like a huge lineup of Bystials, which I was playing. I was playing all 9 with Bell at the event, and with Bell, and I played Ash as well, because I felt like hand traps were super important in the mirror. And my list honestly didn't change too much going into the new format. Of course, I added Ishizu cards and Orange Light, but like I pretty much had the same like aspect of playing like tons of hand traps because like in my version of the deck, like you could see that I played 6 Bystials, like being 3 Magnemite, 2 Druid Worm, and then 1 Serenir. And then I had 3 Kelbeck, 3 Hofness, so that was like 12 hand traps, and then that's not even including Orange Light. So I had like 12 hand traps and 40, not even including Orange Light. And every time I opened Orange Light, that was just a bonus hand trap.
Yeah.
And like that one's the best one. That's the best hand trap out of all of them. So like
Yeah.
every time I opened that, that was just extra on top. So
Yeah.
I was really playing like 15 hand traps in like a 40 card deck. So
Mhm.
that's how I came down to like that's how I broke the math down for my deck. And like for me to fit the extra Bystials in, I cut like unnecessary cards in my opinion. Like I played 1 Scream rather than playing like multiple copies of Scream. I played 2 Merly rather than playing like 3 Merly. Like I cut down on things that I thought like could be cut down on. I played 1 Agito instead of 3. Like like the minor things matter. I feel like the things that I cut, like I felt like made the difference in my deck
Yeah.
because I was cutting like inconsistent cards for better non-engine slots. Like Agito just didn't feel like a good card to open in my opening hand. Opening multiple copies of normal summons and like multiple copies of Merleys and testing was an issue for me. And like it also I also realized it's the name that you want to mill the least because you could send it off as sprint. So like there was like a lot of things that came up for me to come to this like realization. And then like coming to the realization of playing 2 Sulliek over like over 2 Scream. I feel like that was huge for me too. And like I felt like just Celiac was just a better mill than Scream during the tournament. And honestly, like it did make the difference for me. And like shuffling back the one Celiac from the graveyard was an issue for me in testing. So I was like, I'd rather just play the two so I could always have access to it.
Yeah. No, that makes
And
sense.
then I was testing Diviner like prior to the event. I played it in the luxury tournament and I played one copy of it and I felt like the card overperformed because like every time I seen it, like it was just like the best card to normal summon into Hofness. And like every time I normaled it, it just gave me easy access to Baron and my boards were just stronger. So like for this event, I wanted to play more copies of it because it gave me a higher chance to mill it and see it.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to cut down on like the amount of normal summons because I don't want to clog on normal summons. So you've seen that I play 2 Rhino and 2 Merly for that reason.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
did?
but Diviner only works if you have an extender.
Oh, which card?
Diviner
Oh,
is
Diviner.
yeah,
Diviner.
Diviner
Diviner
only
only
if you
works if
pay.
it has an extender. Absolutely. It works only if you have Sheeran, but like the reward of you opening like the thing is if you open Diviner or Palorino, your board's gonna be like way stronger than your normal boards are. And I mean like those are the hands that like I feel
Bro,
like
don't fool me. I saw your hand in the final against Jesse. Your
yeah.
Diviner was a fucking house in your hand. I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Diviner's the only reason why I played in that. Like I couldn't play without Diviner in that hand actually. So I don't know. Like Diviner also allowed me to trigger triple tactical talents, which also put in work in the final. So do you really want to question how good Diviner was? Because I feel
It's
like
decent.
and honestly, if Jesse shuffled back my Diviner, I would have lost the duel. But Jesse didn't shuffle back my Diviner, and what did that cost him?
The game.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're on the same page here.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I saw leading up to the tournament was that there was a DK tournament, a tournament ran by DK the week prior to the YCS, and I know we all played in it. I scrubbed that shit faster than hey, top 32 baby. Tell me top 32.
Yeah, and it's crazy for that tournament. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about playing that deck. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I was testing Thunder Dragon prior to this. Like
Yeah.
this dragon deck that I was working on. Like I was consistently ripping 2 cards out my opponent's hand. I was searching Levineer, searching Diabolos, and like I honestly thought I was gonna play it, but my issue was the deck was like 50 cards, and like my issue with 50 card decks are they suck against Flunder, and like I don't want to go into a tournament against Flunder or Sprite
Bruh.
like with
Yeah.
a 50 card deck. And like those decks scare me the most like in a tournament cuz like they could just knock you out with stupid cards and you need to see your non-engine specifically against those decks. So like playing 50 cards and seeing your non-engine is just like so hard. So like I wanted to play a consistent 40 card deck and my brother kept telling me I should try the Ishizu deck. Like he thought I was really good with it, so he thought I should try the Ishizu deck. And I said, you know, I'm just gonna play it for this luxury tournament and see how it goes, and then I'll let you know if we'll play it for Pasadena. So
Yeah.
then I played the luxury tournament. I did have good results, of course. And honestly, after playing and like seeing like how well I played with the deck, I was just like, man, I feel like I just have to run this
Yeah.
deck for Pasadena. Like I was just playing the deck too well. And my
Yeah.
brother was saying the same thing. He was like, "Oh, I'm crazy if I don't play this deck." So I just kept testing it, working around, messing with the list, and making minor changes. And uh, honestly, like I wasn't even set on the list as soon as I got to the YCS. The Thursday night, I ended up testing a lot, and I'm talking about I lost a lot of games in testing on the Thursday. I was getting destroyed in testing. And honestly, I wasn't feeling confident at all going into the
Who
event
cooked you up?
on the
Who cooked you
Thursday.
up?
Yeah, you
Uh,
getting wax helped you. You should explain the story about how like you getting cooked actually influenced some of the card in your final deck list, and that actually
yeah.
won you the finals.
So so Mario actually just like waxed me. Like it was my boy Mario. He roomed with I believe Tommy Rowe,
Yep.
and Mario just waxed me in testing. And like I'm talking about, we played like I want to say like me and him at least played like 10 matches. Me and Chris at least played like 10 to it's like at least like 5 10 matches and back and forth. And honestly, like in our testing, like we were literally losing to drawing 2 copies of Merly, like multiple copies of Merly in hands. The game that we were both losing. I'm looking at my games, and not only am I looking at my games, I'm looking at how my opponent's losing. And we're both losing to games that we're opening duplicates of like normal summons, like multiple rhinos, multiple Merleys, multiple of the spells and traps. Like I'm seeing the games that we're losing. So I started cutting down on like the Merleys. I cut down on the spells. Every time he was waxing me, he was activating triple tactical talents in the mirror. And he honestly got me hooked on talents. Like I wasn't gonna play talents. Like I had talents in my list for the tournament. prior for the DK tournament, and I cut it from my deck, thinking it wasn't that good. But nah, like he put me straight back on it. Like he was waxing me with the OD,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, dude, the take control effect of this card is just so powerful. Like
Yeah.
it's actually unbelievable how powerful the take control
Yes.
effect of
Yes.
it is, the non-targeting. So yeah, like he pretty much like convinced me on playing that card back in my deck. So I put that card back in my deck last minute, and I only activated it one time the whole entire tournament, and it was literally in the finals to take. So like,
Bro, speaking of triple talents, I was actually thinking of something similar along the same lines because there was an Ishizu tier deck that I wanted to play. I basically called it Power Spell Ishizu tier because shout out to Josh. And I wanted to main deck 3 talents, Change of Heart, and Mind Control because I found out that like taking your opponent's like monsters in the mirror match is actually so broken. Like just yoinking that like because like the best
The
ultimate
yeah,
is just yoinking it. Yeah,
yeah.
the issue with that is
Mud
change
Dragon
control, no, and mind control target.
targets. Yeah.
Like that's literally what Hani said why it was good because target doesn't target.
Yeah.
That's the reason why like he was playing all of them, and I was like, these are cool, but like they're not the same. Like the
Yeah.
targeting aspect isn't the same. So like I ended up like not playing the change of heart in mind control because I did have him in my list at some point, but
Hmm.
I ended up cutting them and just playing the tactics because like it was just good for the non-targeting. I don't know if I should have played 3. I felt like my side deck was really good. I felt like the only thing like I should like. There's only a couple things I would have changed. Maybe Super Poly for a better card. Like I could
Yeah.
have probably played more cards for the mirror because like Gamma wasn't the craziest for the mirror, but I was like forced to side it in because like in my side pattern, I just wanted to have like usually in my side pattern you could have like 20 non-engine
Hmm.
in your deck post side. So
Yeah.
like in the mirror, I was like
I
20
think
non-engine.
my favorite card in your side deck has to be Gamma. I really
Yeah,
like that card.
Gamma was insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Gamma
like
was
that card a
insane, and
lot.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy that I put Gamma in my deck because like, oh, bro, like I've been wanting to win with this card in my deck, so this card is nice. This card is nice.
What
It
about
Yeah,
the driver?
yeah, Diviner is good. Diviner is good.
No,
Don't get me
No,
wrong.
no,
Like every
driver.
driver.
time.
He's
Oh,
talking about
driver?
driver.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I've opened drivers a few times in the tournament, and it wasn't a big deal. Like
Yeah, I'm
Gamma just
out.
paid off too
I'm
many
out.
times, bro.
I'm
Against
not
the
doing that.
Flunder deck, against the Flunder deck, I sided in going first or second because I would take out the Bestials. And every time you go Sheeran in the Flunder matchup, your opponent is shiftering you, bro.
Yeah,
So
they
like you
will.
get
They
to
will.
have
They will.
Gamma or you have Gamma Orange and Call by the Grave for shifter post side deck, bro. Like that was insane.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Gamma always ends their turn on the right spot. Same thing with Orange Light. So like I felt like having like all those into the Flunder matchup was just an advantage. Also, all those cards against the Sprite matchup was also an advantage. And even like all the other rogue decks, like Exosister, hitting Martha, get with Gamma. Like there's so many matchups where Gamma was good in. It wasn't even really for the mirror. It was really for every other deck. I just happened to side it in for the mirror because I had the slots to. And honestly, like I felt like the card was good. I felt like in the finals, there was nothing I could have done. I opened 2 Gammas. Like Gamma was a good card to open. I felt with the hand that I opened, but my opponent opened Instant Fusion. I mean, like those are the games that you can't control.
Yeah, I agree. So I wanted to actually ask you a really controversial question that I've been seeing just roaming around Facebook, right? So it'll be interesting to hear your take on it. So a lot of like I saw like on Zodiac that people were kind of like questioning you playing Diviner. And like a lot of people in the comments were like roasting the dude because they're like, "Yo, like you didn't win the YCS. Like, why are you even commentating on his deck list? All this stuff, right?" So like,
I mean,
they were destroying the
it is
dude.
the thing. It is my
Yeah,
take on that. Okay, I'm sorry,
yeah,
Annie. Let
but
me cut you off on that.
yeah,
It is my take on that shit. Okay, you need to have a brain to question why a deck list is correct and why not it is correct, and then you make your own choice. Okay, if you don't do that shit, you're ass. Okay,
Yeah.
continue on.
yeah. What? No, bro. I guess like the thing that I'm trying to ask is like, what do you think about that? Like, do you like is there some is like do you even question your own deck list after the tournament? You know what I mean? Like, what's your I guess thoughts on that like type of conversation that people been having?
Um, I feel like I feel like people be questioning the smallest things. And like
Yeah.
honestly, like deck building does matter in this matchup. Like it
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yep.
But I hope you know that 90% of this does not come down to deck building. Like
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm just
Facts.
saying like 30 like 30 cards are the same in your deck regardless as
Yep.
everyone else's. You guys are going over like the minor things like rather than thinking about man, should I be playing like two divine or over one, like you just should be probably playing more matches. Like for me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for me, it wasn't even ratios. Like ratios was one thing, and the reason why I play that you would probably see what I'm talking about if you probably played like as many matches with the deck as I did. Like
Yeah.
I drew like infinite amount of hands with this deck. I've played infinite amount of matches with this deck to
Yeah.
see why I cut those cards down. Like there is a reason why I play two Merly. And
Yeah.
honestly, like drawing like two Merleys in your opening hand could just knock you out of tournament at any point. And honestly, like it almost knocked me out the tournament in top four. Like I
Yes.
literally opened double Merly in game one and in game three, which was unfortunate. And I understand the percentage is very slim to open a two of both of them in your hand, two games in a singular match. I understand that that's slim as hell, and it's honestly kind of slim for three as well. But the math is still
Hey,
higher,
bro.
and like that
Hey,
happens a lot more.
I read that feature match against Cody in top four. I know exactly what you're talking about because I did read the feature match. Bro, your normal summon really went in. Yo, your normal summon really went in.
Yeah,
You hit
and
3 days.
honestly, I want everyone to know that my normal summon Merly actually mattered a lot in
Yes.
game one
Yeah.
because in game one, my normal summon Merly hit Sulliek.
Mhm.
And I want everybody to know that if that Sulliek was a scream, I lost the duel right there.
Yeah, because you need to
But
get
thank
Sharon.
God it was a Sulliek.
Yeah.
Because yes, I needed to get Sharon. So even like the smallest ratio, you wouldn't even know where it comes up. But like you could even see it in like any of my matches on the feature. Like that actually comes up. If that was a scream right there over like if that was a second scream over the second Sulliek, who knows? It could have just been over for me. I could
Yeah.
have just lost right then and there. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
have even been played because my hand against Cody and honestly like all those games weren't the greatest because I opened straight duplicates against Cody like in all the games. And like it was just unfortunate that I opened all duplicates in those games, but I still managed to get out somehow.
Yeah. I think you made a really interesting point that people, if they didn't listen to it already, they should probably put a double take on it. But I think the goo really wasn't really the deck building, but rather the technical play.
Yeah.
And like for you, right? Like you've played a lot of formats. You've played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, like, what is it?
Bro, this
17?
motherfucker just won one of the
Yes.
most skilled event
Yeah.
ever played.
Yeah, this was crazy. This YCS was definitely like super skillful. Like you've played a lot of formats. For you,
Not
like
super skilled, one of the most
Yes.
skilled. We are talking about the Dragon Ruler format. This motherfucker just won one of the most skilled event. He outplayed the living shit out of his opponents.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
never,
that's hard.
no, bro, you have to tell the story about
Yeah.
Jersey Cotton. You have,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have. To,
I guess like the
because
thing
I'm
that
already sweating.
the thing that I was trying to ask more was like for you, like have you seen like what other formats have you been in where technical play was more important than the deck building aspect? Because I think that'll give like good insight because you've lived through a lot of formats, so you kind of like have an
All
idea.
the tier zero formats, bro, and I
Yeah.
feel like there are a lot of tier zero formats, like spiral format. Like I played spiral format at full power, and I feel like a lot of people don't remember. Like I
That
was
was your
playing
first
at that
stop.
point.
That's your first stop.
That's my first stop. That's literally my
Yep.
first stop. Like finally, like first stop, and it was like a tier zero format, another one, but like that one was spiral, and I felt like that one was straight technical play because everyone was just putting up big boards with like firewall, sleeper, and all that stuff. And like for that event, I counteracted it with Kaiju. That Kaiju the sleeper, and it was over. I just won.
Yeah.
Like
So I think that's
I,
cool.
I felt like for that one, it was more like for it was more technical play really too. Like cracking your opponent's board was not easy because everything was untargetable because of resort. Like like maxi droll. Like it was in the format. Like it was actually crazy. That format was also like mad technical play. The thing is about this format, tier zero format, like there's barely any cards to interact. Like when you were in like spiral format, I felt like you had way more cards for interaction.
Mhm.
Like for this format, I feel like there's way less like good ones. Like half the hand traps suck. Like the like Valor, Imperm, Ash, Nib. Like half of them suck. You know, like the only good ones are the ones that say stop the tier names in the graveyard. So
Yeah.
I really think it's just the Bestials. Like, and honestly, it's the ones that put bodies on the board. Like right now, the game is just card advantage. Like it's straight card advantage right now.
Yeah, like that. Those Bisu hand traps. It's funny because we're literally looking at how hand traps are getting power crept, bro. Like, Kelbeck is a power crept version of a hand trap. Like that guard is
Yeah.
insane. You
That card's
have
insane.
yeah,
Literally,
like,
Hoffness.
Hoffness is
Engine hand traps are crazy. Like that's the thing. Like all these cards are engine hand traps, right? Like
yeah,
even Magnum, it's just like an engine hand trap. So like I feel like that's the thing about these cards. Like they're all like a part of your engine. They do more than just they accomplish more than just being a hand trap. They are also a body that does something for you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they all accomplish something for you, and that's why like I like the deck a lot because like they're all hand traps that put bodies in applied pressure to the board. All
Mhm.
the Bestials applied pressure, Hofness, Kelbeck. Like I didn't want to play anything that would just a neg one to the grave. Even in my side deck, I didn't play Cherries, I didn't play Ghost Mourner, Ghost Bell, any of the hand traps that could potentially be neg one. I just want to go
+1
I
basically.
want +1 every time.
+1.
I never
Yeah.
want to go neg one.
Yeah.
Like I never went neg one. I stopped my opponent and went +1 every time.
Yeah. I think for you, right? Like I know there's YCS Dortmund coming up this weekend. What are you most excited to what are you looking forward to, I guess, from this
You
YCS?
better say me, brother. You better say me.
Honestly, like I'm trying to see, of course, my friends Nash, Pack, Nash, Chris, and
Yes.
Pat all do well, and Joshua Schmidt's also going to be there. So, I wish I could have played. I was trying to go. Unfortunately, I couldn't register. But I will be doing a watch party and watching the event, and I'm honestly hoping that one of my friends can pull through and win the event.
Yo, American win a
Yo, so
European
Hani
YCS?
and Paku watch together, watch party together.
Of
Yeah,
Hani and
course,
Paku watch
yeah, of
party together.
course,
Oh,
of course,
got
yeah.
you.
I have to win. I have to win now.
Bro,
You have to, bro.
if you
We'll
get a
watch you
feature,
live.
yo, Nesh, if you get on feature, you misplay, I'm gonna roast your ass so bad. I'm gonna call you after,
Bro,
roast
I'm
your ass
not
so bad.
joking. I'm not gonna misplay. I'm not gonna miss a lot. Bro, during the first round in Pasadena, I played like a god. Bro, listen to me. If it was raining that day, you were watching me like walking on the walls for how godly I played. But after round six, I mean, oh, we don't talk about after round six.
Yo, I mean, honestly, Nesh played pretty well for someone being literally half dead the entire tournament. So
Yeah, that was actually crazy. He
yeah,
didn't even play day two, right? Like he just didn't even show up to his round.
yeah, he didn't show up. That was just crazy. Yeah, that was crazy,
Doesn't even
man.
show up to his round.
Uh,
That's
I
crazy.
I mean, I guess another topic that I wanted to like bring up that I think will be useful for people playing Dortmund or just like overall playing more YCs and higher level plays or higher levels of competition is stamina, right? Like how do you feel like your stamina was for this event? Like were did you feel like you were really healthy, full power, all that good stuff?
Oh yeah, I honestly was like I felt full power the whole day. I mean, if you look at day one, bro, like
Yep.
day one was actually crazy. Like I literally 2-0 everybody in day one except for the person that 2-0s me.
That's crazy.
Like all my matches were with the quickness, and honestly, like I felt like it was because of my deck building. And what do I mean because of my deck building? Well, I knew my matches were ending in 20 minutes. Let's just say I knew all my matches were ending in 20 minutes. I played 0 time cards in my side deck for this weekend.
Yep.
And honestly, I play 0 side deck cards. I play 0 time cards for every weekend. If you guys don't know, I'm just not a fan of the time cards. I feel like your matches can end uh, relatively quick if you understand the game enough. And honestly, if you're prepared for every matchup enough, like I wanted to make sure that I had certain side cards for every single matchups to make my matchups easier and I could 2-0 my opponents instead of just like hassling, going to a game three and like putting the game on like a clock or on
Yeah.
variance.
Yeah.
So like I just wanted to like get the matches over with the quickness. So like I really prepared hard for every single matchups, even the rogue ones. And honestly, like I didn't verse too many mirror matches in day one. In day one, I believe I only versed
think like
two
5, right?
mirror matches.
Oh,
No,
two,
two mirror
two.
matches
Yep.
in day one. In day
Wow.
one, because honestly, day one was just like, man, like the amount of
That was a
ridiculous decks that I versed, like it was crazy. Because like the first 2 rounds I versed like branded. Then in round three I versed Eldritch.
yep.
Uh, round four is like my first, like is the first like mirror match. It was Anthony XU.
Nice.
Shout out to Anthony. He said I was losing in round four at the moment we sat down. Thanks, buddy. And
Oh, that's hilarious. And you told him.
Yo, that's a good roast.
oh yeah, yeah, I 2-0'd him. He literally sat down. He was like, "Hani, you ready to lose?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's see it." All right, but shout out to Anthony. Um,
That sounded crazy.
round round five. This round was actually crazy. I just honestly like I don't know how I got out of this round. Round five. I win game one and game two. My opponent puts up the board of he had Elf. I don't know how I win this game. He had Elf, Toad, D barrier, D barrier, Smashers, double cross.
Yo, Yuzu sees us, right? Yuzu sees us, right?
No,
No, he's
honestly, like he
What?
debarried. Like I started my turn with like Rhino Heart. He debarried me. I set a droplets with the Cowback in my hand, and I won that duel.
that's crazy.
Yeah, because like next turn he tries to push for game. I dropleted his Toad in the battle phase by discarding my Kelbeck. I milled 5 and then like I put up fusions and like somehow I got out of it. And then the next turn he deburies me again and then like I had to skip my turn again. I don't know how the hell I got out of it, but like I actually just like came back and won that game. It was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, and that was round 5. So like I was like holy, and that was like I was not trying to go into a game 3. So like that was crazy. Round 6 I versed another tier. Uh that honestly just went very fast. Like I felt like all my tier matchups were quick. Like my deck just like, oh my gosh, the amount of hand traps just like it just worked out. I felt like I built my deck so much for the mirror. Like it was crazy. And I didn't verse that
Yeah.
many either. But like I sided really, really well into the rogue decks.
Yeah.
And then finally round 8. Oh no, round 7. Round 7 was crazy because
Was
like
that the
this is
flu guy? The
fir-
flu guy that 2 your ass.
no, round 7 is the round where I'm versing Sprite and my opponent starts off his turn with Hugin and I bounced back his Hugin with Calback.
Oh yeah,
And
cause that's
honestly, like
nice.
he had
That
a
hurt you, right?
pass. Like
Oh, he
oh
passed.
he had a set. He set one and passed, bro. Like he literally set his metaverse. He passed. I draw for turn. I go Sheeran discard, or I go Sheeran effect. He goes chain metaverse. So
No,
now
you.
I'm under mine. So I turned my Sheeran and my Calback into Babushka, and I out the mine with Babushka over the amount of 3
That's
turns.
The people
beautiful.
don't know about
That's a
that.
clean play.
Yeah,
Basically,
That's
so
a
I
clean
literally
play.
like stopped them from playing for 3 turns. My Babushka died. I used my shuffle back to shuffle back
Babuska.
my sheer my sheer yeah my sheeran because when I went special
Yeah.
summon sheeran I made sure to discard a shuffle back because I knew he went metaverse. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is perfect. I'll have the out in 3 turns. I target his uh I target his mind to pop it. He flips a runic spell to protect his mind.
Yep.
And now I had to go into the end phase and pretty much give him a turn, but he doesn't have a battle phase. So on his turn, like he has like 5 cards in hand. He puts up his best sprite board and he passed his turn, and I had to reverse crack it to win that game, and I did reverse crack it to win that game. But like the way I reversed, like the way like I cracked this board was just crazy. Like I had to like make a crazy way into Baron. Like I turned my orange and 2 level 4s into Baron, and he didn't see it.
Yes.
He
Yes.
didn't
That
see
play
the
is
line.
creamy. That play is creamy.
Like that was insane.
I
Like
did
I
that
felt
on.
like
I did that on feature against Marcus. That play is creamy. It's
yes, there was
yeah.
so many ways to make Baron, and like me making
Yeah.
Baron in that scenario won me the duel because like he had a freezing curses, and I was triggering Elf, and I was thinking on my target because I kept looking at Merly and Orange, and he was thinking that I was gonna hold my Merly for his turn. So when I summoned Orange, he just let it go through. And the moment he let it go through, I turned my Mudragon, my Orange, and my Sheeran all into Baron underneath Elf. And then he couldn't use like an Imperm or Freezing Curses on it at that point. And then I popped his Gigantic to stop his follow up, and then just left him on Freezing Curses field spell, and I had Elf Baron. And then he went Freezing Curses on the draw phase. I negated it,
Yep.
and he drew another copy. And then like you tried to shuffle back with the Grave, but like I had a Medora to stop the shuffle back, and that was just game. So
Yeah.
like
It's raps. No,
wraps. And then
no, I don't think he
finally,
can shuffle back
no. He
because
has another runic
Baron
spell.
no, he
negated.
had another. He had a
Yeah.
new. He had
Oh,
another runic spell. He went
oh,
freezing curses negate. Like freezing curses negate my monster. I went Baron negate, and then he went freezing curses target my elf. I let that go through, and he tried to do the shuffle back, and I just stopped it. So round 9, oh no, round 8, I verse flew. The guy 2-0s me with the quickness. I go Sheeran, he goes shifter. I had no 4. And then he goes Rabina game. And
Yeah.
game 2, he literally went. He played his cards all in the wrong order too, and I still lose this game because it just doesn't matter. He opened Ultimate Slayer, Dark Ruler No More, Rabina, Map, Advent. So I mean, I was just like the perfect hand, and I just couldn't beat that. And that was in round, and that was in
Round eight.
round,
Eight.
yeah, 8. Yeah, there's just
And
no
then
way to beat
you win
that.
7-1 after. Yeah.
No, that's 7-1, but there was 9 rounds in day one.
There's
So I
Iron. So
versed
yeah,
Flunder.
you had one
I
more round
versed
after
another
this.
Flunder. I versed another Flunder. But like the last Flunder opponent, like I won game 1, and then game 2 he had Shifter Rabina, and then he played his cards in the. He had Shifter Rabina, and then Harpy's Trap, and then I won that game because he played his cards in the wrong order. Because because he went normal summon Rabina, and then he went Rabina effect. I went Orange Light Pitch, negate it. If he went Shifter first, I could have never negated Rabina. I just lose. Or
Oh.
I have to negate the shifter, and then he summons Rabina, and Rabina resolves, and he has
Yo.
Rabina Harpies. But now his Harpies is dead. And then on my turn, he
Yo.
shifters me. He shifters me, but I activate Planet, I summon a Rhino, I hit him for mad damage, I pass. The next turn he summons a barrier statue, adds back Rabina, and then passes. And then I go droplets, send my planet, target his barrier statue in main phase 1 so I can go for a game, and then he flipped the Harpy's trap. Then I activated another planet, search for Sheeran, summon Sheeran, hit him for more damage. I could have made Babushka, but then I had a crime in my hand. I was like, I might as well just crime the Rabina and that would beat him. So I set crime, I pass. He draws duality. He dualities for Advent. And the moment he dualities for Advent, I knew he lost because he's probably gonna try to summon Rubina.
Yeah,
and
not
then,
good to
and then I'm gonna crime the bird back into the deck, and
Yeah.
then he just can't activate
It's
the
raps.
Advent.
It's
So like
raps.
yeah, so like that won me the game in round 9. And then round 10, I played a mirror, and I honestly like played like a 20-minute. I played like a 20 something minute game 1 with the guy in this is day 2, and I lost game 1, and then like I had to
Wait, one
reverse.
second. I have a question. If you activate the counter trap on Robin, does it get punished
No,
or
it
get
gets banished. It gets banished. Yeah,
He gets
it
banished.
doesn't go. It doesn't.
Yeah, he gets
okay? So
banished.
you don't
Doesn't.
discard. So you don't discard with crime.
Yeah, but then the guy has no other
Damn,
cards.
I wish I knew that. So
How did this go for no reason? But it's
I wish
fine.
I knew that. Doesn't make a difference. But yeah, in round 10, I actually lose game 1 in the mirror, and after having like a 20-minute game 1, and I reverse 2-0 him in like 20 minutes. Like I had to hope to
Yeah.
reverse 2-0 in 20 minutes. Like that. When I lose game 1, I'm like, damn, like I have to reverse 2-0 in 20 minutes because there is no time win con for me. So
Yeah. And then round
um
11.
yeah, round 11, I sit down about to verse Jesse. They come up to me and they're like, "You've been selected for a feature match," and I'm like, "All right," I'm out. I just pack up my cards and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's round 11. So round 11, I versed Jesse, and the funny thing is, Jesse was X11, so that pretty much allowed him to make Top Cut. There was a chance that I could have knocked him out of Top Cut if I played him. And honestly, like all my friends were shitting on me for it. They're like, "Yo, you should have
Nah, I did
played him.
not.
You should have knocked him
I
out
did
the
not.
tournament.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you shouldn't let Jesse Cotton in the tournament. What happens if you play him?" And I'm like, bro, I'm not stressing. I'm worried about my next 5 matches. I'm not worried about Jesse Cotton in this tournament. And and he makes the finals.
And he
And then
makes the
Jesse makes the
finals.
finals.
That's a
So like
meme.
that was crazy.
That's a
So like
meme.
that was actually crazy. And then
Yeah.
like I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, I just let Jesse in the tournament, and then the first person I have to play in top 32 is Pac. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
I was
man, I have to
sick.
play Pac. I'm like, I have to play my boy first round. I'm like, here we
Yeah.
go.
I was sick because
And
I was sick because I was like, yo, like I don't care if you gave Jesse the win. That like doesn't matter to me. But I was sick because you gave him the win and then God put us together in top 32. And I was like, no.
yes, yes. So I'm like, all right, me
Cause
and Pac play each other.
yeah.
I win dice roll at the table. We're about to start, and they're like, "Yep, feature." I'm like, "All right,
And no,
now we gotta
dude,
reroll
and I
dice."
told Hani,
Yo.
I'm like, bro, Hani, you sure you want to do the feature? Cause like, you have to re-roll, like, you know. And I'm like, I'll take the dice roll loss. Like, you won the dice roll fair and square. I'm like, bro,
And I'm like, nah,
yeah,
I want to go on stream. Like, bro,
yeah,
like I've been wanting to go on stream all weekend. I'm like, yeah, I want to go on stream. Me and you
yeah,
on stream, bro. Everyone wants to watch this. Like, I have to
yeah,
play on stream.
yeah. Hani was like, yo, bro, we gotta do it for the people, man. People want to see this shit. I'm like, yo, let's go.
We
I
got
think we
yes,
put on a
bro.
good show. We put on a good show. We put on a good show.
That was good because you waxed me in top 32 game
Nah,
1. Like,
yeah,
holy shit.
yeah. You
Yeah, you
reversed my
outplayed the
ass.
shit out of me. I was like, damn, bro, he just juiced the hell out of me, bro. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that
it
Zeus
was
is
clean.
crazy.
It
I
was
was
a
like,
good
damn, I
game.
should have played that. When you Zeus me, I was like, damn, maybe I should have played Zeus.
Dude,
No cap.
it was ironic because I told you to play Zeus and then you shadowed me for it and then when I Zeus I'm like yeah bro you should play Zeus.
Yeah, I was like, that was
That was too
good. That was
funny.
good.
That was too good. Yeah.
And then
Top
top 16
16.
was also crazy. I had to play Vlad, and I'm like, wow, okay, now I got to verse another homie. So 2 homies in a row. Verse
Yeah.
Vlad, game 1. Um, I think I end up actually winning the dice roll. I'm pretty sure I win the dice roll here. I win game 1, and all I remember is game like 2. We get deck checked. We get deck checked, and all is good. Me and Vlad play game 2, and I just opened the stones. Like I literally opened the stones. Like I
Yeah.
opened like Bestial Orange, something crazy, and I think Vlad also just opened Brick too. Like he only had 1 line of play.
Yeah.
So top 8. This round was crazy. Because honestly, I was expecting the verse Avery, and if you guys know what Avery's playing, he was playing the Mystic Mind,
Yeah.
craziness deck, right? But he just lost to his opponent in top 8 or in top 16 to like I think like burn damage. Like I
Like
seen his
scatter.
opponent burn him in time,
Yeah.
scatter or something. And yeah, they were both playing Gravekeeper's Trap. So I'm like, well, like this one is definitely dice roll oriented because they're both playing the Gravekeeper trap, so I'm not trying to get Gravekeeper trap.
Yeah.
And I win the dice roll, so that's like huge because like Gravekeeper's trap, like I'm not trying to get Gravekeeper's trap, but like
It's really
that
hard
thing seems
out.
crazy.
It's really hard out.
And I mean, like the thing is though, like if if they go first, the deck is still mad inconsistent, and I do play like 15 hand traps, so like there's like a high chance I could just stop them because like that deck does play a lot more bricks than usual.
Hmm.
So I was still kind of confident in the matchup. I won game one, and game one was a grind, bro. Like we grinded hard for game one, and at the end of game one, like I took his Hofness off a dark, and and I swung for game, and I forgot to give him his Hofness back. So when I was counting my deck, I counted 41. I counted my side, it was 15. I'm like, something's off. I'm starting looking through my deck. I find that I have an extra Hofness. But the judge gave him a game loss because he presented his deck, and his deck was 44 cards when he played 45 cards before I handed him the Hoffman. So he already presented
Yeah.
his deck. So he ended up getting a game loss. So like I see myself extremely fortunate in top eight, not even having to play the match pretty much because I won game one and then game two was pretty much handed to me.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then now this is where everything gets crazy because now I have to go versus my boy Cody. So like after now, just like going through all this, I have to rematch Cody. This is the first time in many years that I played Cody. The last time I played Cody was
Secaucus.
YCS
Was it
Secaucus,
Secaucus? Yes,
and
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, and I lost because uh my opponent Cody Angeloff flipped impermanence on my Goki monster, and the head judge ruled that impermanence followed to the graveyard for that event. And I lost because my Goki got followed to the graveyard, and Cody won that match, and then he was able to win the YCS after that. So I pretty much got robbed right there of a
Yeah.
win.
You were like one of the only people playing Goki that event too. That was crazy.
Oh, I was the only one playing Goki Striker. I created the Goki Striker deck. So
Yeah.
like it was actually mad unfortunate that I couldn't even win that game
Yeah.
because Imperm followed to the graveyard.
Yeah.
And
Basically,
finally
it was crazy for
a
people who
rematch.
yeah for people who don't know. Just to clarify, basically like okay, so it was Suprex, right? So if Suprex gets impermanence, for that event only, that Suplex is also negated in the graveyard. The on-field effect, the trigger effect on summon gets negated, and the graveyard effect is also.
I
So
always thought Imperm was crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
Inverm's
oh,
insane,
dude,
bro. Inverm's
bro,
insane.
like you don't understand like how bad this mess up was, right?
Yeah,
Because I had a bear hug on the board, and then
yeah,
I activate instant fusion, and not like dude, this is the first event imperms out. Okay, guys, so
yeah,
like I'm not paying attention with columns, and then he
yep,
imperms me in the same column as instant fusion.
yeah.
So he goes. So he negates my bear hug and he negates my instant fusion. So I'm like, I just fucking lose now because he just negates my bear hug. I don't get to trigger the bear hug in the grave, and now I lose my instant fusion too. I don't even lose to to me like messing up the columns. I literally lose to like my monster not going to the graveyard and triggering its effect.
Inverm's
So like
insane,
yeah,
bro.
bro. Like I was ready. Like I was just ready to like stop playing, bro. I was so upset after that event. Like it was actually crazy.
And
So
then the
like I had to
rematch.
rematch Cody,
Yep.
and I actually got the best out of it in this one. And honestly, it was a hard fought battle because I opened terrible like for my two, like for all three games. Honestly, like I opened no going second cards in game two, first time all tournament, opened zero going second cards, and then game one and game three, I literally opened double Merly for both games. And like I think game one it was double Merly, double Magnemite, and it was just like wild.
Yeah.
So
Just had to pray.
yeah, and then finally, like after top four, like honestly, like I know like I'm winning this. Like I'm not going to the finals and losing. So like I was pretty confident like going into the finals for my last match. And even if it was Jesse, I didn't care that I gave him the win in like Swiss. Like I didn't care that I scooped in Swiss. Like to me, it didn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just I'm just trying to play my match. You know. So like I went and I just played as best as I possibly could, and it worked out. Like I just had to hope that I played better than my opponent like every other match, and it works out, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of times in the game where I just thought I outright lost, and I just got blessed. What can I say?
Yeah. It's like this is I feel like where stamina really came into play because I feel like Jesse looked really tired on stage, bro. Like he looked exhausted, but you looked full of energy. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah,
so like
yeah.
I
I
felt
capitalized on the energy. Like, and I
yeah
told like everyone that I'm gonna capitalize off the energy in the room. I told Gunther once I get back on feature, there's nothing stopping me.
yeah because I think like I think like just overall, like you could just really tell like Jesse was like beat, bro. He was exhausted, and then like you were there like freaking going like, let's go, baby. Like look, you're going in. I
Yeah,
was
you don't understand. Like, you don't
yeah,
understand. Like, if like there was a obviously there's parts where I'm nervous. What I'm nervous about is like making a mistake, bro. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
if you see like
yeah,
how steady I was with my card, I'm not trying to make sure. Like, I was trying to make sure that I didn't make a mistake the whole duel. And honestly,
yeah,
like I felt like I played very well, like in that scenario, because like especially in the point where I had tactics in my hand. I was just like, yes, bro. I was just like, bro, like at this, like this has to work out well. Like I have to play everything correctly here. Like sending the Reinhardt, figuring out the play with Reinhardt and Sully and tactics. Like I had 4 cards to my name. Like I had to figure out what I could do with these 4 cards in my name, and I figured out how to put Baron Dweller and Hofness into play, and and it was enough. I just had to like hope for the best there.
yeah, 100%, 100%. And then boom, that's it. YCS champ, easy, eh? Bro, dude,
Yeah, that was
I'm
crazy.
speechless.
what was going
I'm
through your head?
speechless.
Yo,
This guy knows how to monopolize the scene. Look at him.
yeah.
Holy shit.
What was going
What
through your
was
mind
going?
when you won? Yeah, because I felt like you had a lot of emotions happening. What was going on?
Uh, Honestly, like it's just honestly unbelievable when it finally happens. It's like, goddamn, think like finally pays off. Like for me, I felt like it was long overdue because I don't know if you guys keep track, but like, bro, like there's like a lot of times during like the last like 3 years where like I was like close to like winning and due to unfortunate circumstances like I would lose. So like I honestly was just like grateful I can get out the tournament with like no silliness, you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
and finally catch the dub. I mean, I'm ready for more. Like I'm not settled with just two. So
yeah.
like if everyone knows who I am, like I'm trying to get as many wins as possible. I'm trying to go to worlds. I'm trying to accomplish a lot in this game.
I'll see you in the playoffs.
Just needs time, bro. I'm trying to accomplish what Chris is accomplishing. I'm trying to make
Yeah.
the difference in the game. So
Yeah, I think like right now like it's insane because like I was talking about this. I made a tweet about this. I was like, it's not a shocker that the same people or like people who have been winning are people with multiple rings. Like it's not like a coincidence because I feel like these are the same people I see in the Discord working playing their ass off, right? Like
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
dude.
It's really
No one
crazy.
understand when I won. Honestly, this is like another thing that like I felt like
Yeah.
honestly like I wanted all my boys to have the same feeling. Like that
Yeah.
was just like that was honestly such a
Yeah.
crazy feeling. So like and like I know like all like the people in my circle put in just as much work as I do. So like I want to see like everybody in my circle at least this year, get that
Yeah.
same feeling, and catch a dub. Like I want to see Gunther, I want to see you Pack, I want to see my like all my
Yeah,
boys,
it's gonna be
catch a
safe.
dub this year. So
I
so
can't
like
wait.
I'm honestly honestly, I can't wait because like it was honestly surreal for me because like I just seen Chris accomplish it and like after seeing Chris win, I was like more determined to win. Like I'm
Yes.
talking about like Chris like got me to the point where I'm like, all right, like there's no messing around. Like I'm talking about like I came back home, I started putting in the work, I started putting in the hours. I went back as soon as I flew to Pasadena, it didn't even stop. Like I was talking about going out, doing all this wild stuff like the nights before, but like I was just like, nah, like I'm committed. I told Manav like forget it, let's just stay back. Let's not go party out tonight. Let's just like play test the whole Thursday night. And we literally play tested from I'm talking about it was like Thursday afternoon all the way till Thursday like 6 a.m. Like that's like how long I was playtesting for. Like I even like I went to multiple different hotels playing. I went back to my hotel, slept for like an hour, woke up at like 4 a.m. and started working on my deck list till like until registration opened.
Yeah. That was crazy. Dude, like that's why I was like, man, like I think that's I feel like the game's in a good spot from a competitive aspect. I know like a lot of like, the people who are playing more casually, like I see the gripe they have with the game where it's like, oh, like I like if I feel like I need to compete, I have to play the Ishizu tier deck, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, it's like I don't know, like I think this format is actually like pretty good because I don't know, like the people who made top code when I was looking at top tables, it's all like the people who are like insane, right? Like that's why I was like, yo, like honestly, how can I know like yeah, the format's really hard. Yes.
Everyone thinks that this format is just like, oh, it's unbearable. Like, don't get me wrong. If you don't like the tier deck, this format is unbearable to you.
Yeah.
Right now, it's unbearable to you. It's unbearable to anybody that doesn't like the tier deck. If you don't like the tier deck, this format ain't it for you. Like I'm being honest because this is, in my opinion, a one deck format. But what comes in a one deck format, right? In a one deck format, it just comes down to like who is playing the deck better. And like, don't get me wrong, there is variance. Your opponent could mill better than you, but sometimes that just doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
it literally just
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, there was multiple times in the tournament where I could have said, "Damn, like I just lose here if my opponent plays this correct." But like, that's just not the case. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you
just not
you
the
always
case
go
all
for
the
it. You
time.
you 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 play on the off chance they can mess up, and like to be honest, like you'll be surprised. Like people can still mess up. Even
You'll
the
be
best players mess
you'll
up.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll literally be surprised who will mess up.
Yes, you'll be
Like,
surprised. Yeah.
nobody's perfect. Like, I messed up in the tournament. Like, I've messed up plenty of times in the tournament.
Yeah.
Everyone has messed up in the tournament at some point. Like that, like the deck is hard to play. Like, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of interactions, and the way you have to prepare in this format is like playing the mirror, getting prepared with the mirror, knowing the mirror enough, knowing where to stop cards, knowing how to interact. And like, that's what this format is about. It's about perfecting the mirror match. And I feel like,
Bro, I'm still getting round 8 PSTT. Like,
uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, I get that.
I
And I
get
feel
that.
like that's the main that's the main focus like that everyone should be working on is like just working on the mirror. For me, like I try to play as many games in the mirror, but like also not disrespecting every other deck in the tournament because like I felt like a lot of people were just like, oh, like I'm not gonna give a crap about Flunder, I'm not gonna give a crap about Sprite or all these other decks.
Yeah, the sprite deck
Bro,
can make it crazy board.
if
Yeah.
I took that approach, I might have been out the tournament because like the first few rounds for me were just like a bunch of weird random decks.
Yeah.
Like like it could have just not worked out.
Like
But
because you played a lot more like non mirrors than I did. I got blessed. Like blessed is maybe not the right word, but I definitely got like favored on like the side of variance where I played the most amount of. I played probably I didn't play the most. I think Gabriel Nets, he played 11 mirrors in Swiss. Did you know that? Nets
yeah.
played 11 mirrors in Swiss. So he
And
was.
then he played 3 in Top Cut, right?
Then he never played a non mirror the entire tournament, even in Top Cut. Imagine that. That was wild. So like there's but like the thing was like I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, like it's crazy how like it works out. Like, you know? Cuz I like me facing the mirror was actually very fortunate. I dodged the flu players and the flu deck I feel like could sack me nasty. So I was
No,
actually
the
happy.
flu deck.
Yeah, I was happy to
The
play.
flu deck is scary. So
Yeah, the
like,
flu deck is
I
scary.
don't care what
Yeah.
anyone could say. Like the flu deck's
The
scary.
flu deck
Like,
is
I
scary.
lost one round to flu.
I know I
Like,
don't want to get paired up against that. If Gunter got knocked out because of flu.
what
Like,
it, yo, Cody was like, bro, there's a flu guy. I'm undefeated at this point. I'm like, bro, I hope I play that flu guy. We're undefeated. He was like, Hani, you're playing with fire. I lost to him the next round. Then I played flu again. Then I played flu again. I'm like, all right, not again, not again.
yeah. That is crazy. I can't believe you
Dude,
said
that
that.
was
Let me play the flu guy. That sounded insane. Yo, okay.
Yeah,
Bro, okay, there's a funny story.
Watch
There's,
what you ask for, bro.
there's a funny there's a funny story. I'm not gonna name who said it, but there's a guy that I met. You know what he said? Okay, so he finished day 2, X11. Day 1 X11. Jesse Cotton finished day 1 X11. This guy said at the beginning of day 2, he's like, "Give me Jesse Cotton. I want to play him." They got paired up in round 10.
No, they're not.
And he got smoked by Jesse. Smoked. I smoked, bro. And then after the round, he was like, bro, this guy Jesse just don't misplay. This guy Jesse just don't misplay. And then I'm like, why did you ask for Jesse? He just gets smoked, bro.
Uh,
That was crazy. I was like, damn. But I thought that was too funny, bro. Like when he said that. I know,
Yeah.
but it was just funny. I was like, damn, bro. Like you asked for Jesse, you got it,
you
bro.
ask what you wish for, bro. You got to. You got
Yeah.
to, bro. Like, it's just like, yo, bro. Anthony XU, bro, had me dying the whole tournament, bro. When he walked up to me and he was like, bro, honey, you ready to lose?
Yo,
I was looking at Anthony all crazy, bro. I'm like, Anthony, you're not serious right now, bro.
Yeah. Yo,
Bro, and
imagine-
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because Anthony, and it didn't even stop there. Anthony came up to me and like ran like round like I feel like it was like the last round of day 1. He was like, Honey, you better win. That worked out. I did win.
Yeah.
I did win. Thanks, Anthony. I did win.
It was so funny, yeah, because I was saying the same thing. I was like, yo, if you cook my ass in Top Cut, you gotta win the tournament. And I was like, yeah, you won. This is insane.
Yeah, bro. I wasn't, dude.
You were gonna waste.
I wasn't fumbling.
Yeah, you were gonna waste
I wasn't
the
fumbling.
clap.
Bro, I took a break in round 11. Did y'all think I wasn't winning the tournament after a break? Yo,
Yeah, you got a nice break.
stop.
Scooping that round 11 was nice. Because Top Cut started, bro. Usually they take a long time to start Top Cut, but this time they started right away. It was so fast. I was actually shocked.
But like honestly, like I was able to like refresh. I hung out with my homies for a minute,
Yeah,
having the whole round to myself. Man, that was a good mental break. So
yeah.
I was ready for Top Cut. And everyone, people are like, bro, you might not get in, bro. Like you're out the tournament, dude. Like you're not gonna get in, bro. X2s are not guaranteed. I'm like, bro, my tiebreaker's undefeated and Jesse's X11. Relax,
Yeah, that was crazy.
relax. I know what I'm talking about, bro. I know the math here.
I think like an important takeaway from a lot of our conversation is, stamina, having a good mental is really important. Cause like like to give you my experience on the whole thing was in game 3, I'm sorry, in round 3, I played Blake, and I got this. I lost an unlosable game state, like unlosable, bro. And like I was still like pretty tired, cause like I worked all day Friday. And after I lost that, I was like, yo, it literally triggered something in my brain. So like, yo, I gotta wake up because, bro, I literally triggered Hoffness. He activated Dweller. Okay, I triggered Hoffness and he Zeus's me. I lost a card for no reason. I was so stupid. I tried to trigger the names after I milled off Hoffness. When he dwelled me, I'm like, oh, effect. He's like, and Blake was like, bro, you're under Dweller. I'm like, oh, and then Zeus's me. I'm like, yo, and then I lost the match. And it was crazy. And I'm just like, but that wakes you up because like how like you take that L where you like I know that I cannot afford another L because if I take another L, I'm
Bro,
out the tournament.
you've been amazing, bro.
It was
You've
crazy.
literally been amazing. You've been amazing. Like, dude, like you took an L so early in
That
mini,
was crazy.
and I took it. Yo, me and you were X2 at the same time in mini,
Yes.
and I lost in the last round, but like you pulled through, bro. So like honestly, bro, you've been on a hot streak, man. Like no cap.
I just have to break the
You've
curse.
been on a
I gotta
hot
break the
streak,
curse.
bro. Like no fucking cap, bro. Yep, bro.
But
What? Dude, you're the nuts.
you know what the best part was? I think when you and I both were on the bubble at mini, I think the last round of day 1 we both sat next to each other. I knew we were both winning. I was like, yeah, I'm looking at each other
Bro.
I'm like, yeah, this is raps.
Dude, that was a crazy tournament too, man. Like,
Yeah.
holy, bro. Like, I missed so many tournaments, like on the bubble. Missed the mark, just slightly for
Yeah.
literally mad events. It's
I mean,
like,
I like talk about that. Like, how did it feel? Like, cause you bubbled I think you bubbled 4. Was it 4 or 5 events? 5 events. No, 4.
four out of the last 5. It was 4
Yeah.
out of the last 5 prior to the
Pasadena.
win.
Yeah. So like you bubbled 4
Yeah.
events in a row. Like, I mean, I'm not like a foreigner to bubbling, so I know I know what it's like. Like, how did you keep how do you keep going?
Honestly, like, man, Chris and Pat helped me with this so much, and honestly, like, I looked at it as it doesn't make a difference where I lost in my tournament.
Yeah.
The difference is if I was losing that tournament, I wasn't winning anyway, so it shouldn't make it shouldn't make a difference. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to the events to just to top. Like, I'm going to these events to win. So realistically, it just doesn't matter when I lost in the tournament. All it matters is I go into the next one trying to win it. And like, I feel like that's a mentality everyone should have. Like, just go into the next tournament trying to win. Like, my mentality the whole weekend was like, yes, I'm winning this. Like, I'm winning this tournament. Like, and I feel like that's my mentality going into every tournament. And the only way you can have that mentality going into a tournament is if you put in the work and if you play test enough and if you're constantly doing the grind. And like, that's what I'm constantly doing. I'm constantly putting in the work. I'm constantly testing. I'm constantly putting in the grind. I'm constantly putting in hours. So I have the confidence to say, like, yes, I'm going into the next event and I'm winning. Like you can't just you can't have this mentality without putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? If you put in the work and you're grinding and you're doing everything that you have to do to win, then like you should be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think.
I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Love this one.
Yeah. That's just like getting all emotional. But yeah, dude,
Nah, bro,
Pat,
that's the truth,
I
bro.
fucking love you.
Bro, Pat has I think one of the Pat guys, if you don't know, Pat is Patrick Hoban. Most of you guys call him Hoban, but we call him Pat. But so I think Pat has one of the best attitudes in the game. It's so crazy because
I love it.
Yeah, I remember. I think I was outside after he suffered a tragic loss. He was 7-0, guys, and he lost to flu players.
3 in a row.
To back.
You go up to Pat and you're like, "Yo, Pat, how you doing, bro? I'm at the tournament."
He's so excited. He was like, "Yeah, I'm out, bro. It's okay." I'm like, "Yo, I'd be sick, bro."
Yeah, Flutter got me again. Damn, Rabina. I'm like, bro. Like, what is happening?
Bro, honey, I'm afraid of one thing. The next time Pat makes top cut, yo, it's over.
Bro.
It's wraps. People gotta be afraid.
Bro,
People gotta be
first thing
afraid.
I'm checking if Pat makes top cut if there's a Thunder in there. If there's no Thunder, bro, all my money's on Pat, bro. No
Yeah.
Thunder in the tournament, bro. Like that's it, dude. This man has gotten taken out the last 3 tournaments to Thunder. Like
Yep.
I'm not even exaggerating this.
Yep.
Like this man has just gotten taken out OD time by Thunder. He went undefeated 2 events in a row. I
Oh
think he
my
started
god.
7-0, two
Yes,
events in a
both
row.
times. Mini too.
Yes.
Bro.
Yo, wait, did I tell you the happy birthday story? Yo, the
Yes.
happy birthday story is crazy.
Yes.
So Pat is playing Michael Temez, the guy that got second place to Chris.
Yep.
And I think this is last day of day one.
No.
And
Last day of day one. Yeah, last day of day one.
day
yeah.
one.
Yep.
Yeah. Last match of day one. And
Yep.
they're both playing. It's Temez versus Hoban. And Temez beats Pat. And after like shiftering Rabinaing him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, happy birthday." Yo, like this knocks Pat out the tournament. He shifter, Rabina's him,
Yo.
beats Pat on his birthday, and tells him happy birthday at the end, bro. Like it was literally the
Bro.
craziest thing I've ever seen. Like I honestly didn't expect it at all, bro. Like and you know what the craziest thing about all of this is that he played he played Chris in the finals. Like Temez versus Chris in the finals. So
Yeah.
when Chris was versing Temez, I already know Pat was like, "Get him, Chris! Get that Thunder player! You better take him out the tournament. He shouldn't be there right now. He told me happy birthday."
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, like that had to feel
That's
crazy.
why when like Chris beat Temez in the final, it wasn't just like, oh, fourth ring. It was kind of like a thing for Pat too. It was like, yeah.
Fourth ring, my birthday, and this guy told me happy birthday after you shifted Rabina and me, bro. There was multiple.
Yeah, that was crazy. That is, bro.
Bro,
it was.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I saw Pat when he was 7-0, bro. I think he jinxed himself, bro. He came up to me. He's like, yo, Pat, how you doing? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm 6-1 right now. I'm praying, man. And then I'm like, yo, Pat, how you doing? You 7-0? He's like, yeah, I'm 7-0, bro. Hopefully, I dodge some Thunder. And then, bro, next round, he comes up to me. He's like, yo, Flu, man, got my ass. I'm like, yo, no.
Flu is crazy. No. Flu is too big of an issue, bro. Flu is literally too big of an
That deck is
issue. I
insane.
think that deck needs to get hit, bro. That deck needs to get hit, man.
Yes.
It's actually becoming too big of an issue, I think. Like,
Yes.
how long can we keep having Rabina in the format, right? And like everyone just keeps saying, bro, but like, bro, you're talking about the Rabina deck, bro, and Tier's the best deck right now. Like, we need to talk about the Tier deck. No. This deck needs to go down too. This deck needs to go down too, bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I think we're about to hit the time where terraforming finally gets banned. I'm hoping there's a world that terraforming gets banned and they just put map to 1, and
Yeah.
that will save our prayers. Honestly, like map to 1 would be a really good hit. That deck like has really bad consistency issues. I also think Dweller needs to get hit. I don't know what we're gonna do with that one, Chief, because I don't think that's
Dollar
ever
getting hit
happening.
would actually make the mirror pretty skillful. Like, cause,
Oh, it would.
Cause it
would.
I mean, the mirror's already pretty skillful, but it makes it even more skillful. Cause without Dweller, the best board in the deck is breakable. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Then you will actually have to play Baron.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everyone,
And if you
that's my
actually do
point,
that-
bro. Like, if
Yeah.
you put Palorino to 1, right, and you put map to 1, and you ban terraforming, like that's like that's huge for the format. Like that's huge for the format. Like I
Yeah.
hope you know that helps the format so much.
Yep. Having
And it's
Pellerino and your opponent don't have Pellerino in the mirror, you feel like you're up like so much. Like you're up like. infinite.
Yeah, honestly, like bro, like they might have to ban that card. Like that card's crazy.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know.
I mean, if you
Palorino's
don't ban
just wild.
Pellerino, then you can play the Tortua package.
The turtle package? Oh god, no. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, I wanted to ask you. I know like there's a lot of innovation that came out of Pasadena.
Like, bro.
So we have Dom.
I was never playing.
Yeah.
playing 3 Salvation in my deck. That's one thing I'm saying right now. I was never
Yeah.
playing that card at 3 in my deck, bro. I'm talking about I don't even want to play the 3rd Merly, and they playing 3 of that card in their deck. No.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Mystic Mine?
That card's good. But that card's a gamble at the same time. So like, how good is Mystic Mine? Realistically, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a great card, but is it really that good of a card when the whole room is playing? Like, all right, same logic. I'm just using a logic from the past, right?
Yeah.
Logic from the past. Are you playing Mystic Mine if everyone's playing Smashers in their deck?
No.
No, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay. I'm sorry, bro. I think Palorino and a Shuffleback is the same thing as having Smashers on the board. If 90% of the room is playing is playing Palorino and they have Palorino plus Shuffleback on the board, I don't think Mystic Mine's good enough. I just don't think it's gonna resolve as much as you think it's gonna resolve. Like, of course, there's gonna be games where it's gonna win you games, but like, there's gonna be like times where I think it could just lose you the game. I don't think cards that don't interact with your opponent immediately are good. Like, I don't like cards that don't interact right away. That's why I don't like Super Poly. I don't like Drop Plays. I don't like cards like that into the mirror because they're not interacting with your opponent. And if your opponent full combos you, you should actually lose. Like,
Yeah.
bro, every time, like I was talking to Marcus and he was talking about he was playing mine in his deck. I'm like, bro, like if I go first in my full comboing, that's what makes the difference for me. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you are. I'm like, all right, you're not winning. Like, if I'm ending on Prime, Planet, Baron, you're done. Like, or even if I end on Crime Planet, like you're done. Like you don't have like 3 ways to put a Mystic Mine, or like two. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have 3 ways to put a Mystic Mine. You just don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
like
think
people say, oh, you could bait out and then like put it out. But like I don't know. Like that just doesn't seem
it's harder to
like I feel
bait
like
when people know you have mine in your deck too.
yeah, it's
Like,
harder to debate when your
yeah.
opponent has mine in your deck. And like it just depends if you thought people were gonna play Heartbeat, and I felt like a lot of people were gonna play Heartbeat. I know a lot of people were playing like cheesy things to beat the Heartbeat. Like somebody was telling like people were telling me ways how they were beating Heartbeat, and they were calling Heartbeat off the Gravekeeper's Trap and stuff like that. Like that was cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It still didn't seem like enough to me. Like I felt like there was still better things to play than mine. I'd rather just like play the Bestials, the Orange Lights, and actually like stop my opponent from resolving combo. Because like I feel like it's just a liability of letting your combo, like your opponent full combo you. It's literally a liability.
Yeah. Yeah. Went with the hand trap tiered version as well. I mean hand traps, but like you get what I mean. Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
That deck seemed like I felt like that deck seemed the best results.
Yeah. Like I think most people in Top Cut played it. Like I think one of the decks that I think also got really interesting was Walter's deck. He played like Infinite Bestials, Bell. He like
I
barely.
liked Walter's
I
deck a
liked it.
lot,
I liked it
but
a lot
like,
too. Yeah.
the thing is like I talked about this. Like he traded like hand traps for hand traps into some scenarios. So like to me, it was like I don't know. At the same time, right? Like he traded Orange Light and Calbex for Bestials. Like Calbeck's a hand trap, bro.
Yeah.
So is Orange Light. So like for him trading those cards for hand traps, to me felt like well, you're kind of still playing like the same deck we all are,
Yeah.
but like you're just playing like Bestials over the other cards. And like I don't know if your Bestials are better than Orange Light, bro, or
Yeah.
Calbeck. Like I don't know, like Orange Light helps against the matchups that aren't just the mirror. Like I felt like his deck was excellent in the mirror.
Yeah.
I know he did not want to verse Flunder though. He did
That's
not
nice.
want to verse Sprite,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You didn't want to verse Flunder or Sprite with his deck. Oh yeah, like I would like to verse Flunder and Sprite with my deck. I'd be okay with that. But him, God forbid if he versus those decks.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Orange
bro.
Light was
Like I'm
crazy to me.
talking about he has like 12 dead cards into those matchups. Like
Yeah. I think
you can't
Orange Light
beat
was
that.
definitely crazy for me. Like I had a lot of games where like the card was like really crazy for me to be honest. Like I negated a spooky dogwood to win in time. Like
Honey,
that
what
shit
you
was
think
crazy.
about Agido?
Um, my thoughts on Agido, dude. Like I don't know, man. My testing group all have mixed opinions on this card. But I ended up just playing one because like I felt like
Yeah, yeah.
it just
Like,
same logic with Merly. Like it felt like it was just a card that could be a brick, and like honestly, like I just wanted to open like the most consistent hand possible. Like the card doesn't do as much as Kelbeck does in the hand. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it
yeah,
just it doesn't do as much as all the other ones. I feel so like it
yeah.
just didn't feel that good. Like I only wanted the one copy to realistically send off Diviner if I did want to go for the mill 10 strategy.
Like,
And
Yeah.
would you play, like, you can also send Kelbeck. Like, do you think it's necessary to have in the main deck?
Um, yeah, like I think like against the decks that aren't the mirror, you want to mill 10 against.
I
Like
think
I want to send
actually
Diviner mill
there's
10.
also something important in the
Think
mirror.
about the matchups you don't verse, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't verse, right? The mirror, like you just mill 10. Like if I open Diviner against any matchup that's not the mirror, that shit is literally mill 10. That's the difference. I don't know. Oh, Diviner's ass, but
Yeah,
Diviner
you
against
can
that
send,
non-mirror decks is literally mill 10, right? So you're
but you
telling me
don't
that
need to
card's
mill
ass?
10. You don't need to mill 10 against a not Tearalaments deck. Like, mill 5 is already gonna win you the game
I
on the
don't
spot.
I don't know, bro. Mill 10 does sound better than 5.
Nah, I think
10 does sound
I
better than
think
5.
Agido is needed because in the mirror match, when you activate Hoffness, you actually want to hit your mill fives and use them because they're getting all their tier effects anyways. So having like Agido and Kelbeck allows you to hit a Kelbeck and then hit an Agido or hit an Agido into a Kelbeck, which allows you to like basically utilize your entire like it lets you exhaust all of their shufflers in one sequence, right? Because they have to burn all of theirs on all of your effects. And one of them might slip through. Like Rhino might slip through the cracks. Like so, like
Yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
You know what's crazy? That's what Jay. Jay told me that like he
Yeah.
thought like Agito was like one of the best one,
Yeah.
because he thought like the mill five in the mirror was mad important. Like
Yeah.
he says you want to hit mill fives in the mirror going second, and honestly, like I kind of do agree with that. Like I feel like you do want to hit like mill fives in the mirror. Uh, going
Going
second.
second. Yes, going second. Yeah.
Going first, you don't want to mill those
You don't want to
cards.
mill.
Like
Yeah, you don't want to mill
And
fives.
you
Yeah.
don't want to really like honestly, I don't really want to open them either. So like if I don't want to mill them or open them going first, then why am I playing them
Yeah.
at multiple numbers?
You might have to
I
cut him.
really
Yeah.
want it for going second, but then he's just a good card in my deck, not in my hand. Good card in my deck
To mill. Yeah.
going second.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well play Nico Main King, right? Because I'd rather want to just end my opponent's turn, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather like even if I was thinking about it, maybe I just side it, right? But I would rather just side Nico Main King at that point because Nico Main King ends the turn rather
You know
than
what's
like
crazy? I think one of the guys we know actually lost to that. He got like he played against a Sprite deck, got Neko Main King, passed. The dude had like a double Bestial starter. The game like
Oh, you didn't know how my brother got knocked out the tournament?
oh
That's how Heisem got
that's
knocked
how
out
I
the tournament.
lost. Yeah, so I think
Oh,
that happened to someone else I know too.
Heisem got knocked out the tournament because like I think he wins game one, game two he's out, like he's about to like win the match, and I think his opponent flipped rivalry to catch him.
Yeah,
Like he summoned Rhino, he flipped rivalry, he lost.
yeah.
And in game three, like he's in a promising position. He had to mill five of his opponent's deck though, and his opponent milled Nico Main King, and he lost because of it. And like he, and like I think he still ended up putting up like
A decent board.
because like you're still a decent board like Rukalos, Stapelia, and like stuff like that. And but like I think his opponent just had like the
The
nuts.
nuts. Yeah,
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 just took him out the tournament. So like it was unfortunate because he put in a lot of work for this event too. But
yeah. His time will come. Heisem's time will come.
yeah, yeah, Heisem helped me with the deck a lot. Like shout out to him. Like he actually put in a lot of a lot of hours. He came up to a lot of the conclusions with me. Like me and him were both on board with the deck list. Like we both like theoried it a lot. We both came up with the one Agito thing. Me and Jay came up with the two Merly. Um, I I I came across one Scream. I realized Sully was just better down the line. But
Yeah, I think like the more I think about it, Solik is a better mill because you do want to mill Sulliek, especially when you like go second and mill 10 or mill 3. Especially if your opponent mills 5 blind on you, it allows you to get access to Hoffness to mill 3 additional cards. So it gives you a mill 13 on your opponent's turn, which like actually comes up. Like that's how I won. Bro, I won with 3 Pellerinos in my hand going second. I don't
well,
like, like people are trolling.
in the hands where you open Palarino. Like it's usually like Palarino two names. Like that usually when you're opening hands like that, like if you open like Palarino Rhino Sheeran, like you would go Palarino Search Hafness,
Yep,
you would go summon Sheeran, pitch Hafness, mill three. Let's say you don't hit, right? You summon Kit searches you crime. Okay?
yep,
And yes, my Kit searches me crime here. I have Rhino in hand, Kit searches me crime, and I have Palarino up. I'll go Kit summon the Rhino. I'll use Rhino Chainlink 1, Kit Chainlink 2. And now at this point, when I'm milling 5, I have 3 good cards that I want to mill off the top of my deck. The 3 cards are Scream and the 2 Sullieks. It doesn't matter which one I mill. As long as I mill one of those, I can get to the other.
yeah,
So like if I mill Sulliek, I'll search for a tier name. My Rhino Heart will send a name. I'll fuse the Kit, the name, and the Rhino Heart into Kaleido Heart. The Palarino will pop the Kaleido Heart, and then I'll send Scream to get the other Sulliek.
yeah,
And like that's why I played 2 Sully, because when I milled 5 off the top of my deck with Kit, milling that one Sulliek would cost me the game. Even like it would cost me a shuffle back regardless if I played one.
yeah,
If I played one, because in that mill 5 scenario, if
yep,
I milled that Sulliek and let's say I played one Sulliek, 2 Scream, right? For example, right? I played one Sulliek, 2 Scream, for example, and I milled that Sulliek. Now I need a shuffle back to put that Sulliek back into my deck. And like
yeah.
that's just way too inconvenient, I think. Unless I played Heartbeat, and I know like a lot of people played Heartbeat and I didn't, which is crazy because like a lot of people are like, "Yo, I want to out mine," but like
Yeah.
I just felt like my deck outed mine going first anyways. Like I
Yeah.
was never searching Heartbeat
Yeah,
game one
so
blind.
it's so funny, yeah, because I explained in my profile too. Heartbeat, the reason why
No.
Nesh and I played it wasn't actually from mine out. We played it because
Yeah.
it was a way to recycle the traps without having to use your shufflebacks.
Yeah.
So like that was our
Yeah.
that was actually the real logic. It wasn't like I wasn't like bro copium coping on one
Yeah.
out to the
Well, you
mind.
see
Yeah,
that like that's the thing. Like
yeah,
I was thinking the same thing,
yeah,
but like when I get back to what I was saying, like when I
yeah.
go Rhino, Chainlink 1, Kit Chainlink 2, Mill 5, I don't want a Mill Heartbeat. I would rather Mill Sulliek or Scream because like the Kaleido Heart's gonna
Mm,
get to the other anyway. So like
yeah,
so pretty much in that combo, in that line of play, I'm getting to Crime, I'm getting to Sulliek, and I'm more than likely getting to a monster in my hand.
yeah, yeah.
Off of
I mean,
like
if you
off
mill
of
crime, how do you recycle it? Like your
I
logic
don't
makes
mill crime.
complete.
I add crime to my hand with kit. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I add
Ah,
crime
yeah.
off a kit, and then my kit
No, I
is.
add crime too. I think it's good, but what happens when you mill it off the first mills of the Shaden?
Oh, if you mill off the first mills off your Sharon, I feel like those are the games that you're gonna have to recycle it. Like that's
Yeah.
like very rare to happen.
That happened in our game actually in game two.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
happened. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no,
It's
that's why I'm playing Earthbeat because those
yes,
scenarios actually
yes.
matter
I
for me.
felt, but like I felt like that scenario happens way less than my scenario where I'm using kit to mill 5.
Yeah.
If that makes
I
sense.
think
Like
yeah, our logic was we just played the 3 screen because then you just almost guarantee double trap. Like you're but then I see the point because if you hit Celiac, it's actually hella nice to have Hoffness in your hand. It also gives you a +1 to use for your crime as well. So
bro, it was
yeah.
broken. I was ending on both traps Hoffness in my hand every time I
Yeah,
opened
yeah, that's the board.
Palorino.
Yeah, that's the board.
That's
Yeah.
the board. That's
Yeah.
literally the board, bro.
That board's
I'm telling
unbeatable.
you right now, I only dwellered when I know I need to make dweller on my opponent.
Yeah.
Like I knew I had to make. I knew I had to make dweller against Jesse.
Yeah.
I knew I had to make it. I knew
Yeah.
I had to make it twice. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
made that shit again. Like
Yeah. I
I
think
know what matchups I need to summon it like twice against. Like
yeah, I'm pretty sure against like the really really good players, you have to make Dollar. Like they can actually do some crazy shit to
yeah.
you. I
Yeah,
think
my mistake was not making dweller against Pac. I got punished to oblivion, bro. I
yeah.
was like, fuck, never
That
doing that again.
you could have
Nah,
made it.
I
Yeah,
learned
if
from my
you
mistake.
could have forced it. You could have forced the Dollar.
I probably could have somehow made it. I should have tried harder.
That was crazy. Yeah, that
I set up both traps. I'm thinking, yo, I'm nice, double trap. Nah.
Yeah, nice, nice.
yeah, but
Yeah, I got destroyed.
yeah, that game was insane. But I think like overall, like dude, that's why like it's so cool because like I'm even watching a lot of my games and I missplit a lot like as well. Like it's especially during the entire tournament. But it's so cool because like I'm like looking back and I'm like, damn, like for a tier 0 format, I could have played so much better even though like my deck was broken. Like
Yeah,
imagine if I played my deck even better with a broken deck. Imagine that.
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games you could have played better. I literally said it. I think I could have
Yeah.
beat you game 1.
Yeah,
Like I think I
so
should
too.
have had no business. I had no business losing to you game 1, bro.
Yeah.
I tossed that hard.
Yeah.
But like no, but like that's the thing, bro. No one understands that like this is a tier 0 format because tier 0 like people don't know what the definition of the tier 0 format is. Everyone thinks it's a tier 0 format like oh the game is ruined. That's not what this means by any means. I hope everybody knows that that's not what it means by
That's the
any means.
connotation. Yeah, that's the connotation.
Like that's what
Yeah.
everyone just thinks like automatically when they think it's a tier 0 format. It just means that it's just one matchup and you kind of have to perfect it. And like it matters a lot to perfect the matchup, don't get me wrong, but it's fine. Like I feel like the format's fine. Like there's a lot of technical play in formats
Yeah.
like this. Like it's crazy. Like there's people that just play tier 0 formats and I feel like there is a lot of skill in tier 0 formats.
I'm seeing a lot of people
it
come
comes
back.
down to the better player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of like known players are coming back into the game, because of this. So it's interesting. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I think there's an interesting point to be made. So I was talking with Gunther recently, right? And Gunther was like, "Bro, I had someone recently just sold all his cars because like they choose the tier deck, which is not it for him." And those are the stories that makes me kind of sad because I really think it really shouldn't be that way, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah, tier Ishizu, like honestly, like it's gonna be hell because like tier is gonna run the format.
Bro,
for a
it's
minute.
gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for February. Yo, people are thinking,
know.
oh, it's nice now, but wait until the Kashala cars are also a tier boost. There's a new Kashala
No.
monster that's actually just
like-
insane. Yeah.
But like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, bro.
yeah.
Like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and honestly, like I wonder how many people here see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because me, I'm already working on whatever happens after tier. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about, there's so many decks right now. I'm like, man, I wish I could play this shit, but like, it's just not better than the tier deck.
Mhm.
And that's when everything changes. Because once the era of tier ends, and we go into a whole nother era, and you have to figure out like what's the best deck. Trust me, it's gonna come up. It's
Yeah.
gonna come up. Just wait. Like there's a lot of good decks that we're sleep on right now that we don't even know about. That's gonna be an issue in the future. Because right now there's a lot of things that are not looking good. But I'm telling you that there's there's gonna be crazy decks in the future that we're not like thinking about. Like Dragon Link is good. Like the Atum stuff with Brotor searching Levy ripping card out your opponent's hand. Like I think that stuff is broken.
Yeah.
Broken. I think what the Dragon deck can do right now is ridiculous. They could literally rip 2 cards out your hand right now, put up Seal and put up a rank 8. Minimal with the Bristed Beast face up. Minimal. Like I'm talking about there's so many things you could do, I feel like, in the future. And I'm honestly excited for the future of the game. After Tier 0 formats, I'm telling you, the game definitely gets a lot better. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for Vegas. It should be a good tournament because that's gonna be the set.
Yeah.
Hypernova is gonna be legal for that tournament. So we're gonna see some like the Kashyyyla cards are full power now. You're gonna see like there's a new Kashyyyla Tearalaments monster. It's actually a Kashyyyla name and a tier name.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
that-
read these cards.
Bro,
already.
that card is crazy.
That card's Merly, bro.
Yeah, that
for
card's
you
Merly.
or your opponent.
For you or your opponent. Yo,
that card's crazy.
It's,
Yo,
like,
trust-
it's a level 7 free extender. Level 7 free extender by banishing a Kashyyyla or a tier monster. It summons itself. It's like a 2500 beat stick. And then when it's special summon or normal summon, choose either player's deck and mill 3. Huh? It's a tier name. You can search it off Pellerino.
Yeah, bro.
Man, dude, this
I'm
one is
telling
gonna be
you.
crazy, dude. I'm hyped.
You
I'm
can
hyped.
search it off Ferrier.
Yeah, you can
No,
search off
dude.
Fenrir. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Fenrir.
Fenrir.
Pick up your sets now, bro. No cap.
Yeah.
Pick up your sets now, because Fenrir is gonna be insane. It searches like a Merly from your deck, a better Merly.
Yeah, I just bought a. It's so funny you mentioned that because that's why I literally did at locals last night. If you guys were watching my local stream, the first thing I did was like, hey, anyone got a friend here? Anyone more? Yo, I
How
guess.
much is Ferrier right now?
Bro, it's like $60.
It's like $60, bro.
$60, bro.
Oh no.
Honestly, and I probably still would pick it up at 60 because I think when Chris won with it, that card went up at like
Yeah,
70 at
Yeah,
some point.
I was, bro. Some guy was selling at my locals. I just told him a random number. I was like 40. I honestly didn't even know it was 60, and he was like, yeah, and I was like, yo. Oh
No,
my
the
God.
come up.
I just came up with this dude without even trying to come up on him.
Bro, like honestly, why would you think it's $70 for an ultra rare? Like,
Yeah,
bro, like that. This is the first ultra rare
in a minute.
that's this expensive.
Yes, in a minute.
right?
Yes, in a minute.
I don't-
Yes. What
I don't
what
remember
other
an
ultra rare was
being this
expensive? Was there? I'm trying
Baron
to
the Flare, but Baron the
Oh.
Flare is a different case
Yeah, Baron's a different one. Yeah.
because he came out in like one of those like weird sets.
Yeah, it came out in like the
This
side
is
sets.
this is just a regular ultra. It's like something super generic.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I played locals on that, and I opened it out of my prize support. I got a friend here and a magnum out of my prize support. I'm like, yo, I'm insane.
Yeah, that is
So, Pat,
crazy.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Somebody said Savage. I think they're right. I think
Savage
Savage
is $80.
the one.
Yeah, Savage is like $80. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Savage
lost
is
a
good.
I lost a bet against the Gabriel Sussi. He's gonna bring me a Flunder chain to win on stream.
No.
A
Yeah,
Flunder chain.
No.
Yeah, like a chain with a giant temple in my fucking chest.
Yo,
And
that
I will
sounds
have
crazy.
to play with that.
No, that sounds
At
crazy.
the tournament,
Yeah.
That is
bro, you're about
crazy.
to bro, you're about to Minecraft fuck the shit out your opponent. They're gonna be
Dude.
like, yo, this man's summoning
Wait,
M-Pen.
yo, speaking of that. Wait, speaking of that. Yo, the funniest thing happened at Pasadena. I sat next against this guy. I'm not gonna name who he is, but I sat next across this guy. This dude thought I was playing Fuwanderese. Yo,
Yo, what was that? That
he-
was crazy.
He blind game one.
Babushka.
Baguska me with Celiac and with Celiac and Rulakolos and like a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, this dude really thinks I'm playing Fuwanderese. The disrespect. I feel disrespected, bro. I'm like, yo.
I don't understand that, bro. You don't know how to play good decks, Pack. I don't know.
Yo,
how to play the
what?
Thunder deck, bro.
Yo, I was so sick. I had to cook him. I had to 2 him. I 2 him.
Why did he think that?
Yeah. I was so sick. I had to 2 him. I was actually sick. I go Pellerino, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, this is it. Yeah. Yo, that was so
Bro,
funny.
like that makes no sense.
I'm like,
can't
I hope
believe
people make Baguska against me.
Bro, I already imagine Pac, yo, bro, you playing Flanders, I have to make Baguska. And Pac is like, no, Baguska, no,
that. Bro,
please.
I literally, after I made it, I'm like, wow, Baguska, that's pretty good.
bro, I barely got Dweller the whole tournament.
Yeah,
I barely got Dweller the whole tournament.
Yeah.
But like my deck just prevents you from summoning Dweller. My deck just like
dude,
prevents
yeah,
you from playing.
I was trying to tell people that I think people are overvaluing Dweller because you do not get to make that card if you're getting Bestialed. Like that card
Bro,
does
you're
not
getting
get summoned.
demolished.
Yeah, it's so hard to summon that card. You have to force it, and and another thing that people don't understand is if you make a Dweller that's not well substantiated or not well like protected by other forms of
Dweller's
interaction, you're
not the
gonna
greatest
lose.
card right now.
Yes, you're
Like
gonna
people
lose.
be thinking Dweller, like yes, people will always be overhyping Dweller, bro. Bro, the Bestial cards made Dweller just so much weaker. I
Yeah.
don't know like what to tell y'all. Like
I
it,
outgrinded I outgrinded 4 turns of Dweller and beat my opponent round like game 1. Like, cause my opponent just made Dweller pass with nothing else. I'm like, bro, like, Magmoon attack, and the dude uses Keldo, shuffle back his Dweller, remade it against me. I'm like, what are you doing? And then I cooked him again. I'm like, bro, like this is
bro,
crazy.
yeah, like the Bestials like are just so good. I think like they actually like make the games. I feel like they make the games so much easier to win through Dweller. Like it just
Yeah,
makes it like so much easier.
it was crazy. Yeah,
You
I
can
think
prevent them from making Dweller, and then like when they put Dweller up, it's just like well they're putting up a card that's just guaranteed dying.
yeah, like you have to make it and then like make sure that like there's other forms of interaction that like makes the Dweller like nice. Like for example, like what I like to do sometimes is I have a sprint with a Dweller. I Dweller my opponent. They try to kill my Dweller. I go sprint effect, bounce my opponent's next play. Like that is insane. But people be forgetting sprint has an effect. So like,
Yeah,
and then next turn
Sprint
you
is insane.
yeah, and then you recycle back the Dweller and you cook them next turn, or you don't even need to recycle the Dweller. You just kill them. Like you don't even need to do
Yeah,
all
like
that. Yeah.
bro, like I honestly like only recycled Dweller once the whole tournament. It was against Jesse.
Yeah.
But like I seen the line. Like I seen the line where I was reborning my Rhinoheart and doing it. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely just putting it back.
Yeah.
But he didn't see the line. Like he literally see me shuffle back my Mud Dragon
Mhm.
and my Dweller,
Yep.
and he didn't shuffle my Rhinoheart from my graveyard back into my deck.
Yeah.
He just didn't care about me like getting a +1 off of
But you know
Sully,
what's
like
crazy?
or off the kit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, someone's saying like like Jesse got Dweller for and nothing you could do. Now that you actually didn't watch the game that well because like that Dweller actually didn't even do that much.
No. Whoever just said that is
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah, the
definitely
Dweller-
mistaken,
yeah,
bro.
'cause-
I was never supposed to win that duel.
Yes. Yes. Like
I
yeah.
was never supposed to win that duel. I got blessed. Dweller saved me in the sense that he didn't know how to play around Dweller. Like that's the it doesn't matter. Like Dweller could have won me the duel because like my opponent didn't know how to play through it properly. But like Jesse could have definitely played through it properly and beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like no cap.
Yeah. Like your Dweller was like it was not what won you the game. That's definitely
Yeah,
the
trust
fact.
me.
That
Trust
Dweller
me.
was
That
not
is not one
the
of the
Dweller
game.
was not the play. It was not the card that won or like guaranteed the mirror match. Look at how many turns passed because of that Dweller. The
Yeah.
fact that the game didn't end on the spot, like a lot of people thought it was gonna end like that, was it was not due to Dweller.
No,
Like
I was supposed to lose on the spot. That Dweller saved me. I took myself out that
Yeah.
predicament.
You're supposed to lose the moment that there was a Mill 10 happening on your own turn before the Dweller was even made.
Yeah, and when I didn't hit my Keldo, it
Yes,
was over. When I
yes.
didn't hit Keldo, everyone,
Yes.
even Billy was like, "Yeah, Hani's not looking hot right now. It's looking like it's a
the
wrap."
Dweller
I'm like,
literally
"Damn."
bought you turns, but it didn't really buy you turns because Jesse's hand was like a bunch of fairies. It was like a bunch of fairies and a Sharon. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even like crazy. Like it just like was enough to like get you like a couple turns and then you can like outgrind out of there. But I mean like that's why like I think it was actually like more interesting than anything else. And that was like literally proof right there that the Dweller was not the game-winning play. I'll tell you that right now. Like, cause I played enough of the mirror matches to know that like bad Dwellers just doesn't even help. To be honest, like so. I mean, I don't know. That was a great game to showcase so many different things about
Dude,
like the mirror match.
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was an insane game. If you guys really
Yeah,
want
tactics
to,
was insane.
if you want to learn the mirror, watch that game back and analyze it. Hani did it on his stream. I did it on my stream. Like, I'm telling you, you have to analyze that. I think Josh did it as well. Like, if you really analyze that finals, you will learn a lot about the mirror match. A lot.
Dude, that tactics play was crazy. I agree.
Yes, that
Whoever
actually
said
was
that in
crazy.
the chat.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did that. Cause bro, I was really that play was insane. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my gosh, imagine just like not playing that game properly, bro. Like I could have
Yes.
just been out of there. I would have
Yes.
been toast.
Yes.
I put up such a good board.
You also
for-
could have
for
not
what I
seen the
was
line
in.
too. Like people forget that. Like
Yeah,
you
I could
also-
have not. I could have just not seen that line and
Yes.
just been out of there. Like I could have lost hope, bro. But like I just kept my head up the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm talking about the worst things were happening for me, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta keep my head up. I gotta keep pushing through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Even things are not looking great. Like you just gotta believe that you could like conquer through that shit. Like I just, bro. Like I don't know how if you guys could see the energy. I was so
You were swearing on the worst board
happy.
ever.
I was so happy to end on Baron Dweller, and it worked out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, dude, the energy when I slammed that Baron down, I'm like, yes, this is looking good. Baron Dweller, and like, bro, like, I'm still not, still about to
Yeah.
lose this game, bro. Like, I don't know.
Dude, I was popping
know.
off because so Eddie's in the chat right now. Eddie saw me call the entire play before you made it. And then when I made it, I was popping off. I was like, yo. I mean, like, I was like, yo, Hani's super insane right now. This is
Yo,
crazy.
Eddie's insane, bro.
Yeah.
Eddie's insane.
That game was, oh god, man. That dude, it's so crazy, man. You guys have to go, like, if you guys have not been to a YCS, you guys have to go there in person and watch it live. That is even crazier. When you watch it live, it's even crazier, bro. Like, we were huddled up in like a corner, like literally not a lot of room. Like, we were all literally circling around the stage, and like you could feel it in the atmosphere. It was crazy. Chris was getting ignorant. Chris, I don't know if you heard Chris. Chris was saying like him crazy. He was like, "Oh, you thought you were winning this?"
Yo, all my boys were about to get kicked out, bro. Like all my
Yes.
boys were getting kicked out of the
Yes.
tournament.
Yes.
Dude. Like I literally, all my boys are popping off. Every
Yeah.
judge is getting pissed at them. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is so crazy.
I already knew once I made the finals, everybody was about to go ignorant. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, not my
Yes.
squad of friends. Everyone was popping
was
off
insane.
every play. Holy, that was
Oh
crazy.
my god, what a.
Whose vlog was it, man?
It was
Max-
Solemn, Maxime.
Solemn. Yeah,
Yes.
bro. His vlog is crazy.
Yes.
Like, I seen his vlog the other day. That was
Yeah, shout out to
That was
Maxime's
wild.
vlog. He vlogged the
Maxime.
final moments of when you won, and everyone was chanting Hani, Hani. That
Dude, no, honestly, hearing everyone's reaction to the match was crazy. Like
Yes.
he did like poster interviews with people in the crowd, and they're
Yeah.
like thoughts on the match,
yeah.
and they're like, "Yo, this is the greatest match I just watched. Here, 0-4, I don't care, bro. Jesse Gazzani was insane. That was
Yeah.
definitely such a
Yeah.
good finals. Like honestly, one for the books. Like I'm ready for
Dude,
another one.
That's why like it makes me so sad every time Konami don't stream events. It makes me so sad because these are
Yeah.
like the most like
This was
beautiful
beautiful.
moments
Yes.
in the game. The most beautiful moments in the game is literally this. And like when every
Yeah,
time they
bro,
don't
like-
stream it, I'm so sad. I'm like, damn, I'm missing.
I
so
can't
much.
even imagine winning in South America now.
Yes.
I'm like, man,
Yes,
like,
I
bro,
can't.
like, what? Like, I don't want to just, I don't want to win in South America now. I'd
Yeah.
rather just
I
win in
can't-
the U.S.
I
Like,
can't
what?
wait to meet you guys again.
Yes, I know.
Bro, of
Doesn't matter.
course. Yo, I would literally be seeing you this weekend if I could go, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they just wouldn't let me in the tournament. Like, that's actually crazy.
It is
It's
insane.
okay. The first tournament I'm missing in 3 years. Do you guys know that? That's
Yeah,
crazy. First
yeah.
YCS I'm missing in 3 years. That's actually crazy.
It is
It's
crazy.
all because I should have pre-regged.
Yeah.
Dang
It's
it.
okay. There's
It's
a lot
okay.
more. I've heard a bunch of leaks. I don't think I can say it, but there's more YCS soon, so it should be
Yeah,
fine.
I'm definitely
we have a
booking.
lot.
You
Yeah, we have a
already
lot.
know.
We have a lot to go to soon. So, but yeah,
already
we
know,
have
man.
Costa Rica in 3 weeks, guys. Dortmund is this weekend, so the podcast is coming to an end. We've been going at it for an hour and a half. Hani has like a party to go to.
Absolutely.
His locals is the GOAT throwing him a party for winning. So before we conclude, good luck to Nesh this weekend at YCS Dortmund. If you guys are there, say what's up to him. He needs your energy, guys.
Bro, I'm gonna
God, yes.
smoke them all.
Bro,
Yeah,
honestly,
I can't
like-
wait. I
I'm
can't
not
wait.
gonna
Yo,
lie.
Nesh, bro, you got it, bro. Please, bro, play
Yeah.
every single one of your matches. Show up on time. Take your
Yeah.
time, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine 3 streamers win in the matter of like a month, bro. Like
Yes.
we would be insane right now. You
Yeah.
got to do it.
You gotta do it.
That's
now.
actually-
I'm gonna win.
I thought it was
Yeah.
crazy that I just came
I'm
off
gonna
a dub
fucking
after
win,
Josh
bro.
came off a
I'm
dub.
gonna
Like,
fucking win.
Yeah.
get
I'm
that,
gonna
yo,
fucking
yes,
Yeah.
I'm
please,
gonna
please.
fucking win. I already
Got
got
it.
this.
Yes, dude. I don't. You guys,
I already got
if you
this.
guys didn't know,
Bro, I'm opening ends in my
Yeah.
mind right now. I'm literally playing tunes in the manual while we were talking. You thought I was silent. I was testing.
yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I know Nesh has been silent a lot of this podcast, but he's been really honed in and focused for this YCS Dortmund. Like he's been playtesting ever since he came back from Pasadena. He's been playtesting like crazy, cause like bro, like I mean, I've been in this spot. Like I've bubbled so many events, and after an event, it's the same thing. Like you put your head down and you keep grinding, right? Cause that's really and that's really who like you can tell in those spots, in those moments where like you just got cooked and you're like, damn, I gotta recover and then and keep going.
Yeah, the moment you stop
Yeah.
trying is the moment
Yeah.
where things go wrong. But
Yeah.
if you keep trying and you keep pushing, bro, I'm telling you, it works out. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like countless events this year, bro. It finally
Countless.
happened. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm telling you, dude. Like, and it's bound to happen for everybody. And I keep saying that. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like everybody that's putting in the work and the time is bound to win. Like, I just think that's how it works.
Yep, totally agree. Totally agree. So, and of course, like Hani and I will be going to YCS Costa Rica. So if you guys are listening in, to the podcast, say what's up to us as well. I always appreciate when you guys come up and be like, "Yo, I love the Gucas. I love listening to you guys, all that good stuff." So I appreciate it. And then Hani, any last parting advice before we close it for everyone listening in?
Nah, just continue to grind dueling book and continue to grind. And honestly, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like I
Yep.
think A lot of people don't do that. You should definitely ask for help if you think you need help improving in
Mhm.
the game.
Yeah, 100%. So go check Hani out at his YouTube, his Twitch, guys, his Metafy. All of that will be in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yo, thank you for coming,
Adios.
Ani. See you, baby.
Later.
Later.